Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do a more in-depth video on how to make spaghetti. I know it has been about 5 years since I made my last one, so I just wanted to make an updated one as well. As you see here, we started off with 3 ingredients. I'm just going to use ground beef, spaghetti, and some ragu sauce. I tried to make it as simple as possible. I know a lot of people don't like seeing other videos when they're adding extra ingredients. So for me, I always keep my videos simple. So like I said, 3 things: ground beef, any kind of ground beef, spaghetti noodles, any kind that you would like to use, and also some spaghetti sauce. I always use ragu. I just been using it for the past 5 years. So just use whatever brand that you would like to use. So I'm just using a regular 12-inch skillet. I had this skillet for so long, y'all. This is my go-to spaghetti skillet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my ground beef in there. When I put my ground beef in this skillet, I do not add oil or anything. I just put it directly in the pot. Like I said, I just put it directly in the skillet. At this point, my stove is not on. I do not turn my stove on until I go ahead and add my seasonings. So the next step you'll see me doing, you'll just see me going in and breaking up the ground beef so I can get ready to add my seasonings on there as well. Now that I got it how I want it to look, I'm going to add my seasonings. I'm starting off with minced onion. And y'all, I do not measure. I just measure, to the hearts. So that's why you barely will see me putting measurements in the description box. But I do list the ingredients. I just want you guys to season to your heart, to your liking. Then I'm going to go in with some onion powder. And then garlic powder. And then I'm going to go in and add salt. And after that, I'm going to go in and add some pepper. And for Italian seasoning, I do not use a lot of these. I use very little, but you can add as much as you would like. But not least, I'm going to go in and add some parsley. Once this parsley is added, I just go ahead and mix everything all together. And once everything is mixed in all together, that's when I will go in and turn on the stove. I put my stove on 5, so on medium heat. And at this point, I just go in, just make sure it is cooking until it's brown. I go in and break up the pieces to the size that I would like them to be in my spaghetti. So that's what you see me doing now. And make sure you guys, rinse off your utensils while cooking each time. Once all the meat is brown, as you can see here, now it's time to go in and drain your meat. And after I get done draining my meat, I do make sure my stove is now set on low because now it's time for me to add the spaghetti sauce. And for the spaghetti sauce, you can use as much as you would like. I don't like a lot of spaghetti sauce. I hate that soupy spaghetti look. I don't know. I just never been a fan of it. So I don't add like a lot of spaghetti sauce. But you'll see here that I'm just seasoning the sauce as well. I go in with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder just to make sure that my sauce has a flavor as well. And now just stir all the tomato sauce with the ground beef in together. And y'all, if I didn't say it before, this is just 1 pound of ground beef. Now I'm going to work on getting my pasta noodles ready. This will be the pot that I'm using for my noodles. I think this pot is at least 4 quarts, and I just fill it up halfway. So once it's filled up halfway, I do go in and I still add my top full of oil. I know people say adding oil does not make your sauce stick, but personally I just think that's a myth. but you can add the oil or not. It's up to you. I do also add salt to it as well. Once I add my oil and my salt to the pot, I just let it come to a boil. I put it on high. And here I am. I'm just showing y'all how much spaghetti I use for a pound of ground beef. This is a 2-pound box, so I use at least a fourth of it each time that I make spaghetti. So with one 2-pound box, I get at least 4 spaghetti meals out of it. And if it was like a regular 1-pound box, I only use half of the noodles for the spaghetti. I had this question in my other spaghetti video, and I just thought I'd go ahead and answer that question here. And now that it's come to a boil, it's time for me to add my pasta noodles. And y'all, don't beat me up, but yes, I break my spaghetti noodles. That's just a preference for me. You don't have to do this. You can put them straight in there, just how you like them, but this is how I make them. So, yeah, so I'm just adding them to the pot, and I'm gonna let them come to a boil. So for my spaghetti, I do let them cook for 10 to 11 minutes as the box say, to al dente. I do not cook my spaghetti noodles longer than that. I hate swole spaghetti noodles. Y'all know those big fat spaghetti noodles? I just hate when they look like that. Now the noodles have been cooking for 5 minutes. I just go in and give them a little stir just to make sure that they're not sticking together. I always go in and stir at least one time. So right now it is the 5-minute mark. So I just go in and give it a stir. Now that it's been 10 minutes, I do go in and try a spaghetti noodle just to make sure that it's cooked to my liking. You can also throw a spaghetti noodle to the wall, and if it sticks, it means it's done. But I always just taste it just to be sure. And now that I see that they're to my liking, I'm going to go ahead and drain my spaghetti noodles. Once the noodles are drained, now it's time to go in and add everything together. So right now you see me putting my spaghetti back in my pot. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my meat that I had on low. You can put it on simmer as well, but I always just put it on low to the pot. And we're going to mix and mix until everything is combined together to your liking. And everything is mixed in all together. Your spaghetti is done and you can now enjoy it. And y'all, please remember this is a quick and simple recipe, especially for beginner cooks if they're just now learning how to make spaghetti, or if you just wanted a more easier recipe to make. So I tried to be as simple as possible with this recipe. You can add or take away anything from this recipe that you will like. And remember, that's what a recipe is for. To adjust it to your liking. If you don't like something or you want to add something else, that's totally up to you and that's totally fine. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also make sure you turn on your notifications so you can get notified every time I upload. And you can also leave suggestions in the comments on what you would like me to break down step by step next, or just to even cook next.